It's Divas That Care Radio. Stories, strategies, and ideas to inspire positive change. Welcome to Divas That Care, a network of women committed to making our world a better place for everyone. This is a global movement for women, by women, engaged in a collaborative effort to create a better world for future generations. To find out more about the movement, visit divasthatcare.com after the show. Right now, though, stay tuned for another jolt of inspiration.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Divas That Care. My name is Candace Gish. If this is your very first time tuning in, a huge welcome. We've been doing this now for 13 years, and we're listed in over 30 countries around the world, and honestly, it is so much fun. I have the opportunity to interview so many amazing people, and I just get a kick out of it. It's just, honestly, it makes my day. I'm so grateful to each and every one of them. I'm so grateful to all the other hosts on the Divas That Care network. And I hope that you enjoy everything that we're doing. Okay, everyone, Michelle Bateman is back in the house, and I'm so excited. She's got a lot of great things happening in her life, and I'm so happy that we're able to share it here. So, Michelle, welcome back.
Thanks for having me back.
Oh, my gosh, I'm so excited. We've done so many things together. We're going to be doing so much in the future here. But before we kind of talk about different things that have been happening, would you mind introducing yourself to our new listeners?
Yeah, I am Michelle Bateman, and I'm a confidence and clarity coach, and I founded Soul Journey after my personal journey of struggling for so long, feeling unhappy and trapped and stuck in my life. And when I changed everything and was able to turn my life around, I realized that there's so many tools and skills that we're not taught, and it keeps us struggling. And so that was my passion, to share that with other women so that they didn't have to struggle the way that I did. And then organically, it just kind of evolved into helping women once they found their confidence and discovered who they were. They had a passion inside of them, a business that they wanted to start. And so then I helped them create the clarity and the step-by-steps that they needed to be able to confidently attract clients and create a successful business for themselves.
It is great. And you have so much evolved, I should say, over the last few years. It's incredible, all the things you're doing. And recently you just did an event here. And I want to talk about your events, because your live events, now I'm so excited about these because it's so nice to be able to see people face to face again.
Yeah, it was so powerful. We did a 2-day event on the weekend called Expanded Wellness Weekend, and just bringing together different facilitators and modalities that people have more tools in their toolbox to navigate the stresses of life and family and relationships and business. So we just wanted to bring different facilitators together in one space, and it was so sacred and so beautiful. There was lots of tears and hugs and breakthroughs and ahas, and a couple ladies shared that this really changed their life, that they were in a really tough spot, and it really just gave them the momentum they needed to move forward and feel like they have hope to get through the other side.
So why is that important?
That's a good question. I'm like, because it's everything. It's everything. Life is so short, and to spend it struggling and feeling unfulfilled and unhappy, we don't have that time to waste. It's precious, and I would rather see people go into the uncomfortable feelings that might feel uncomfortable for a short period of time, but the freedom that comes on the other side of that is so valuable, to live your life not burdened and weighted down by so many things that we avoid, that we stuff, that we don't want to feel, that we don't want to look at. And when we can heal those, we truly find freedom and joy.
Do you think more people are starting to realize that they're wanting to kind of figure these things out so that they are living a happier life?
Yeah, I think, once you struggle long enough and you bang your head against that wall enough, you're like, okay, something needs to change, because I can't keep doing what I'm doing. And, that's when I see people that are open, that are sometimes desperate, seeking, like, I don't care what it takes. I just have to find some way to relieve what I'm feeling.
I've really noticed the last couple of years, when we were on lockdown, we felt so disconnected. And I think coming out of that, there's like a new awakening. A lot of people started realizing that they needed more, and they had to figure things out, because they were realizing that they wanted to be happy again. And I think they didn't realize how much things had been taken away from them. And they're like, okay, I need to do this, because you're right. Life is precious. Life is short. We don't know what will happen the next day. And I think we need to live our lives to the fullest.
And we've seen a lot of people struggle with relationships, with family, with friends, and there was a lot of separation that created a lot of hurt. And what I've seen is it brought up a lot of past hurts of abandonment, of feeling not enough, not good enough. And so when that happens, it's triggering something from the past that needs to be healed. And I know Travis, my fiance, and I really had to work through a lot of our stuff through those experiences and heal some of the things from our childhood and our past that were getting in the way of feeling connected with ourselves, with each other, with life again.
I think that was that aha moment for you, wasn't it? Because a lot of people might not realize the impact of our past is what really affects our future.
Oh, absolutely. And I know for Travis, he really just recently realized why he struggled so much is because it triggered all of his past abandonment wounds as a child. And his mom left when he was little. His dad was an alcoholic. And so when he was abandoned basically by his family, it triggered all of that childhood stuff within him. And he was really struggling, and he was just starting to put the pieces together now when he's found out things about his childhood that he didn't even know. And so he can see how it's showing up in his 50s that's been blocks that have been getting in the way.
And what I really like is that you guys do this together. You have developed a team that you are able to help not just women, but you're doing men also.
Yeah, and he focuses on helping men, and we did actually a talk. We did our own individual talks. He talked about the masks that we wear, especially the ones that men hide behind. And I shared about, confidence and inner child healing. And then on the Sunday, we talked about relationships and how when we struggle in a relationship, it's actually showing us, again, those spaces that we need to heal and love. And so I'm so blessed that we can do that journey together, that I have a partner who's open and willing and ready to go in and just look at all the things.
I love it too. It's so nice to hear. You don't hear that very often.
No, I definitely know he's a unicorn. He's the rarity, because I have a lot of women, and a lot of women come to the events and say, my partner won't come, my partner isn't open to this. And so, Travis tries to get them to open up. And he's really good at he's really masculine, he's rugged, he's from the trades, but he also creates just a safe space for men to kind of drop those masks, drop all the stuff that they've been holding on to and holding in, and having just a safe space to open up and express some of those things that they wouldn't normally, because of all the programming of suck it up, man up, don't feel your emotions. There's a lot of pressure on men to not go there. And sadly, It's not really helping families. It's not helping their relationships.
No, it's not. And I'm finding there's even more so, because of all the changes that are going on in the world, that men are trying to even be stronger now than ever before.
You know what? I think it's a dichotomy of both. Is that we listened to a speaker last night, and she was talking about how we have been, what would be the word to use? We've been oppressing men. Don't be too strong. Don't be too big. We're women and we need to be better than you now because we've been oppressed for so long. And now they're kind of just afraid to show up and step into their masculinity because, they're getting criticized for that.
I agree.
And I've talked to men in dating, and they're like, oh my God, if I hold the door, she's offended because I'm a woman and I can do it myself. And if I don't hold the door, some women are offended because I should be holding the door. They're like, we don't even freaking know what to do. We don't even want to leave the house sometimes because we're damned if we do and we're damned if we don't.
Yep, I can definitely see that.
Yeah.
So what made you guys decide to do, you have now an online academy. Why did you decide to do that?
It was never anything that I actually set out to do, and I love how the universe just brings the right people to you at the right time, and I always just set the intention that who's ever meant to be connected with me will find me. And so just organically, all these women came to me that either had a business or wanted to start a business, and I had invested in an amazing top quality coach when I started my business because I knew I was good at what I love to do. I had no idea how to create a successful coaching business. So I knew that I needed a coach to show me how to do that, to be successful, to be able to pay my bills as a single mom with teenage daughters, and I needed to figure that out fast. So I had all of that knowledge, plus all the extra sales training and marketing training and copy training that I had taken. And, I had a background in marketing from college. So I took all of that information and I began to share it with women one-on-one. And throughout the week, I found I was just saying the same thing to clients after clients after clients. And I thought there's got to be an easier way. Why don't I just teach everybody all at the same time? And the beauty of that creates a community of like-minded people that you can bounce ideas off, that will support you. And I love, years later, seeing them support each other on their social media and cheering each other on. And it just creates that community that you're not alone in the journey. And, we share our struggles, we share our wins, and, the group rallies together in that community aspect that we absolutely need. Especially as a soulpreneur, it can get a little lonely. So it's nice to have other people that are going through a similar journey as you.
So tell me, how does a person access it and when is it going to be starting?
The next round is starting June 27th, and we meet twice a week for 10 weeks. And then there's a 2-month implementation coaching that we do. Once you begin to implement all the things that you learned in the academy, you can come back to me and ask for coaching and guidance in a group setting, and I'll, help you continue that momentum so that you can actually implement and launch what you learned in the academy.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Is this something that you and Travis are doing together?
No, this is what I do. He still has his day job, so this is me. And mostly I have women, but I have had men come to the academy too. I had 2 awesome heart-centered men, and they brought a great dynamic. So the group is mostly women, but it is open to men as well.
Oh my gosh, that is so great. And how often are you going to be doing these academies?
Probably a couple times a year that they'll be running. So, kind of when one begins to wrap up, the next one will begin. And then in the 2 months of implementation coaching, that will be open to all academy grads. So there'll be newer grads, older grads that can come in, ask their questions, and get coaching. And, when you hear other people's questions, it'll often answer or give you ideas in yours as well.
I love that. And people can start collaborating and they can learn from one another. And it's a win-win, I think, for everybody.
Oh, yeah. I love when they collaborate. And all of these people now know what you do on a very in-depth time. They encounter somebody that needs what you offer. They know exactly who to refer. So it's a great partnership in having that group dynamic as well.
Oh, my gosh. This is so great. I am so happy that you were able to share this with all of our listeners today. And for all of our listeners, this is global. Because you do it online, anybody can join, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Because, we all kind of need that step-by-step guidance. And we create a soulful blueprint that will now be the blueprint for your entire business that you can use on your website, your social media marketing. You can give it to your assistant. You can give it to your web designer. And you will have that clarity that will be able to help you confidently show up. Because I hear, a lot of people just say, I don't really know what to say. I don't know how to put myself out there. I kind of am hiding in the background because I'm not really sure. So this will give you the clarity and the confidence that you need to really put yourself out there.
Oh, gosh. Thank you so much, Michelle. People get a hold of you.
So they can find me on my website, souljourney.co. I'm also on mostly Facebook under Michelle Bateman, Soul Journey. And do we want to share the gift that we have with the listeners coming up?
I would love that.
Okay, so we've got a gift for you guys all. If you want to come out and learn a little bit more about me and what I do, I've got a free masterclass coming up on June 19th that we would love to invite you to. It's called Up Your Unique Factor and How to Feel Confident as the Go-To Expert. And so that's going to be happening 1 p.m. Mountain. So if the time zone doesn't work, Candace will share the link to register. If the time doesn't work, just register and we'll send you out the replay afterwards and you can still get all the information.
Yay, I'm so excited. And we're going to be having Michelle back on the program because we love everything that she's doing and we're a big supporter of everything. And last minute, Michelle, do you have any tips, tools, something that you'd love to share with our listeners?
Yeah, we all kind of sometimes think, what makes me different than, all the other people that are doing what I'm doing, right? How many people have said, there's tons of coaches or there's tons of massage therapists, why would I want to do that? And to just know that each person offers something unique and beautiful, because no one else will do it the way that you do it. And so if you can just believe in your uniqueness, figure out what that is, and then how to bring that to your business, it'll help you stand apart from the rest of the crowd.
You rock. I love having you on this program, Michelle. Thank you so much for everything.
Have me. Thank you. And thank you for all that you've included me in and helping me, just share my message and grow my business. It really means a lot to me.
Oh, thank you so much. And to all of our listeners, as Michelle was saying, I will be posting all of her links on our social media. There's just so much she's doing, and you definitely need to follow her on social media because she's absolutely fantastic. And everything she posts is absolutely beautiful. The photos, everything. So I want to share that with as many people as I can. Again, thank you to Michelle. Thank you to all of our listeners. And remember to do something kind. Until next time, everyone.
Thanks for listening. This show was brought to you by Divas That Care. Connect with us on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course on divasthatcare.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletter so you don't miss a thing.